Hi guys, for the entire past year I have received so many questions from my students asking for my opinion on the new pigments on the block, the Embody and Enhance sets by Permablend Pigment, designed by my trainer and my mentor Carla from Sculpted Studios. And you guys have been asking again and again what I think about these pigments. So today I'll be sharing every knowledge, every detail that I've come to learn about these pigments. I've not started using these pigments, but I've done my study and research on them. And today in this video I'm going to share every bit that I know, also some cheat codes that if you do not have or do not wish to buy these pigments right now, what is it that you can use from the classic pigment line which could help you attain almost same results. But first thing first, if you wish to invest in this beautiful pigment line and take your lip blush and lip neutralization game to the next level, then connect with the official Permablend India distributor, details given in the description section. Connect with them before it gets out of stock. Now coming back to my honest opinion about these pigments. Did we really needed it, and is it really going to improve our work by a lot? So in terms of improvement of the work, I will only be able to comment after I worked with them, but I believe that already I was able to get great results with just 1 or 2 sessions of neutralization or blushing. Whatever I wanted to achieve for my client, I was able to achieve with the classic pigments also. So for the veteran artists like myself who have worked in this industry for like a good 3 years, 4 years, they could get results because they know all information about the ingredients they need to know, and they knew how to mix and everything. But it would make a great deal of positive difference for the new artists who are venturing in this field now, and for them having this decision making process simplified with the guides available in these pigments, and everything gets much simpler, much easier. And in my trainings I am definitely going to incorporate these pigments and make my students' life simpler. Now I think the reason Permablend decided to create these pigments is to simplify the pigment selection process for the artist, as there is lip blushing, there is lip neutralization, there are so many undertones of dark lips, and there is no one correct pigment, and sometimes artists are lost as to what should they use from the brand. Pictures don't give a very clear idea about the color. There is not enough description on the website. So with these pigments, Permablend has taken a significant stride towards finally helping artists to make more educated choice about their pigment selection. They have separated the blushing pigments from the neutralization pigments. So now there are 14 colors in these 2 sets. The neutralization set has 7 colors, the blushing set has 7 colors, and using these 14 colors, artists can create infinite possibilities. They have it all, and you don't need to doubt yourself that do I have enough pigments, do I need anything more? This is all that you would need. If you want to become just a neutralization artist, you can just invest in one set, which is Embody. If you want to do both lip blush and lip neutralization from the very beginning, then you can invest in both the sets. And with these 2 sets, you are completely set, and you don't need to worry about not having enough pigments. As I've been teaching lip blushing for over 2 to 3 years now, I always feel that all my students get super confused in the beginning about what pigment is for neutralization, what pigment is for blushing, as the same pigment can be used for both purposes. So they want absolute clarity, that they want to know that this is for neutralization and this is for blushing, and that exactly they have achieved in these sets by separating the neutralization pigment from blushing pigments, which was not the case so far at the product level. Now what I love about Carla's contribution in designing these pigments is that she has minimized the use of titanium in these pigments by a lot, not using it unnecessarily at all, using it only where it's really needed. So in her neutralization pigments, where we need more coverage, obviously those pigments are separated and they contain a higher load of titanium. They are the lighter pigment which are present in her neutralization set, which is the Embody. In these pigments, as you will see, that you have most of the light pigments and most of the neutralization colors, which is like orange, yellow, very light peach, which contains most of the white and very little red, and the reds as well. So I'll talk more about it, but what I love is that Carla has given us complete control on how much titanium we need to use, and when we need coverage, we use a certain set of pigment, and when we want blush results, natural results, sheer results, we have a separate set of pigments, and the control is in our hand. And this flexibility was not available to artists earlier. We never had so much clarity in using the contents of the pigment as per our discretion. Another great thing that Carla has done in designing these pigments is that she has completely minimized the usage of blue and black in designing these pigments. She has actually made two separate pigments in this set which contains blue and black, so that artists at their own discretion and will can add these colors in their pigment only when they need to and not because they don't know it. So we as artists have complete control for making our mix as safe as possible, or if we want to use white, blue or black, whenever we feel safe and in the right quantities for our client. So by minimizing and controlling the use of white, blue and black in these pigments, they have become really safe, and our clients won't have to deal with any kind of unpredictable, unpalatable results in the long term. Now let's look at the first set, which is Embody. From the blue lip on the top itself, you can tell that this set is meant for neutralization, and the name Embody is also perfect because the word embody means it's supposed to embody and camouflage, contain all the undesired, unwanted colors from the lips. So as you go inside the set, you will see that there are base colors which are brighter. Base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4, all these colors are much brighter. And from the name itself, base, you can tell that this is supposed to be the main ingredient of your pigment mix. So these bases are supposed to be the 60 to 80% composition of your pigment mix. Then you have the modifiers, which are the lighter colors. They are not as bright as the bases, but they contain higher titanium. They are supposed to be in a lesser ratio and quantities in your pigment mix. So you will be using about 10 to 30% of the modifiers depending upon how dark the lips are. And the base 3 and base 4 are actually very beautiful colors in the shades of coral and red. Base 3 is a warm red and base 4 is a cool red. So combining these colors, you can actually achieve like certain level of blush results also for your client. So it's not like that if you have this set you cannot achieve any kind of blushing, because base 3 and base 4 are basically like bright, brilliant, vibrant colors, and you can achieve blush results also with this set only. So if you're interested in investing in just one set that has to be Embody, especially for Indians, because most of Indians have dark lips which need neutralization. But if you do not want to buy any of these pigments at the moment because you already have a lot of classics with you, so in that case don't have any FOMO, no fear of missing out, because you can recreate these pigments by combining your classics. So base 1 and mod 1, both of these can be recreated by combining Illume and Alter White in different ratios. Of course, modifier contains higher titanium and the base contains lesser titanium. So if you combine Illume and Alter White in right proportions, you will get somewhere close to these pigments. Then for the base 2, which is the bright orange, you can create this, and mod 2, which is the peachish orange modifier, you can create these by combining neutralizer with Alter White again. And then you can create mod 3. Mod 3 looks quite like Bazooka or Lulu's Rose to me. So if you have Lulu's Rose, it's a very good replacement for mod 3, I believe. And then base 3 and base 4. Base 3 is quite like Ladybug, which is even more lighter than Ladybug. So if you added Alter White to Ladybug, you could almost get the results as base 3. And base 4 is almost like a lighter version of Royal Red. So if you added few drops of white to Royal Red, 80% Royal Red, then you can recreate base 4. So there's no need to think that you are missing out on something or you cannot get the same results if you don't have these pigments. You can very much achieve great results with the Permablend Classics if you understand your pigments correctly and you know when to use what. So I also wish to talk about the charts that she has provided here, and it talks about how you can match your client lip color and then make decision about the color mixes, etc. So I agree with these color choices in about 50 to 60% cases. So my initial training was with Carla, but then I had taken some more courses with a different trainer, and somehow my own color experience working for last 3 to 4 years on Indian lips, I started believing things about my color choices slightly different from what is mentioned on these cards with the same set of colors, of course. So Carla has also mentioned in certain videos of hers that these cards are not replacement of proper training, and I would also say that say the same, that just because you have certain kind of direction available in these 3 cards, it's not a replacement of a color theory course or a lip blush class. So please don't mistake these pigment boxes for being a replacement of a lip blush class. She has also mentioned in the cards itself that the color choices will depend on artist discretion and their own understanding of the colors. Now let's talk about Enhance Set. As you can tell from the red coral lip given here that it is meant for the lip blush or the lipsticky bold effect, whatever you desire. And as the name suggests, enhance, which is the ideal philosophy for lip blushing, which is that you should always enhance your line's natural undertone rather than changing it completely to a different color. So this is a perfect selection of name, and that's why I love the nomenclature that she has used for these boxes. So in here you have all possible color combination that your client can imagine or you can make by mixing these colors. So you have a medium coral there, you have a bright pink, you have a glam pink, you have my most favorite color in this selection is haze, which is a brown, because I am leaning a lot towards earthier shades these days, especially for the ombre look, ombre lips, and for that I did not have any pigment choice earlier, which was perfect. But now with this pigment I can make any shade a little more earthy. I can create tones of same shades with white and this color. I can create the lighter version as well as the darker version of the same shade and create the ombre lips, which belongs to the same color family, and I'm really loving this color. This is the most favorite color from this pigment set. Other than that, you again have two reds in here, which are the warm red and the cool red. So let's talk about what are the classic replacement dupes available in the classic Permablend pigment. So for Poppy, it's a very close version of Passion Red, which is something we have been already using for last so many years. Then Joy is almost like Royal Red to me. It's maybe like one tone lighter, slightly more orangish, but very close to Royal Red. Then Marlowe is just like Bazooka. I don't think it's any different at all from Bazooka. Now Lala is something that you can create by combining berry and passion red together in a 3:2 ratio. You will get the same color as Lala. And Glam is very much like a lighter version of berry. So berry combined with white in 4:1 ratio will give you Glam. And Gin is a very close match of Hen Party. So if you just added a drop of a warm red to Hen Party, you will get Gin. So all of these colors is all that your client can imagine. You can always add the modifiers and bases from the Embody to create more colors, more varieties, all that you and your clients can imagine for the sake of blushing. And once I've used these pigments for about like next 7 to 8 clients, I can share with you guys if my results have improved anywhere. So if you guys have any more questions about these pigments, do post in the comment section. I hope you loved this video and I hope I gave you certain new information which you guys were seeking. Also, I would love to know if you guys decided to buy these pigments or not buy these pigments, whatever it is that you're doing after watching this video. I would love to know your decision. So looking forward to hearing from you all. Let's engage further in the comment section. For now, bye-bye.